Our next guest led Skip's beloved Commodores, Vanderbilt Commodores, to 2 straight bowl wins. And you saw Skip asked, reassure him, make him feel comfortable. We need to know now, new head coach at Penn State, why'd you leave?
For me, it was an opportunity to go home. I really struggled with the decision. It's been something that's been discussed a lot. In the end, it was an opportunity to go back home and take over a program that I grew up watching. Yeah.
I forgive you. I still love you.
Thank you. This was the one show I was worried about coming out and seeing my man.
I want you to know I'm still close friends with a lot of my frat brothers and a lot of people who still live in and around the great city of Nashville, and they are still very upset that you left because they thought you were there for the long haul. But you did such great things there that I did not think were possible as an alum, because 2 years ago you won 5 SEC games, which is just, I can't express to you how extraordinary that was. And then 4 last year, 2 straight 9-4 records, 3 straight bowl games. It was great, and we got a little spoiled by you. Now, we're all very excited about Derek Mason, and I think you know that he's high caliber, and I hope he can fill your shoes and extend it a little bit.
But, so do I.
Yeah.
He's going to do great. Yeah. I wish nothing but great things for Vanderbilt. I truly do, and he'll do an awesome job.
But bottom line, I couldn't in the end blame you, because it is Penn State. I know Penn State's had a rough ride of late, but it's still Penn State University football, Coach Paterno, tradition, and I know that's why you finally said, I got to plunge on this one.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, the tradition, the history, the facilities, the fan base. I mean, we had a spring game with 72,000 people show up for essentially a practice.
Right.
It's a special and it's a different place, and we're excited about what we're doing.
And by the way, you proved to me at Vanderbilt, and again, long a doormat in the SEC, that you could recruit like crazy, and you've already established that fact, or reestablished it at Penn State, because you were ranked with the top 5 in the country recruiting class. Pretty good start.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I think we have a staff that connects really well. It's a youthful staff. I wouldn't say young, but it's a youthful staff. Real positive and energetic, and I think we connect well with kids. And then, we're able to offer the Penn State. We're able to offer all those types of things in world-class education and big-time football. So, we're excited about what we're going to be able to do in recruiting and then on the field.
How much do you like your chances next year? You have 7 back on offense, 8 back on defense, and this is just me looking at that schedule. I think it's, by Big Ten standards, pretty favorable to you guys, because you go to Michigan, but you have Ohio State and Michigan State at home. So how comfortable do you feel about making an early splash at Penn State?
I'm not sure. We have a lot of work to do. We have some pieces to the puzzle. When you got a guy like Christian Hackenberg, who's special, he really is, you got a chance. I don't care whether it's little league, high school, college, or NFL. If you got a guy at that position, you got a chance. But there's some other pieces that we got to make sure are together, and we got to surround the guy with talent, because they don't come around very often. As
you hear the groundswell among some of the Pennsylvania politicians, how hopeful are you that your recruiting sanctions might be lessened by the NCAA at some point?
We don't talk about it. I spend all my time really talking about it with the media. We covered it one time. Players had a question, I answered it, but I get concerned about focusing on things that we have no control over. So we don't do that. To me, if it happens, wonderful. Right now, it's very black and white. I know exactly what it is. We focus on that. If somebody comes later and gives us some great news, wonderful. But we spend very little time thinking and talking about it.
When you first studied those sanctions, just big picture, did you think they came off as unfair?
I think it's hard. I try to limit having opinions about things that I haven't done a whole lot of research and homework into it, and I think a lot of people do that unfairly. I focus on the things presently and moving forward. I've done very little about studying the past. Obviously, the things that impact our program, the number of scholarships and bowls, I'm aware of that. But after that, I leave that to the commissioners and the athletic directors and the NCAA and our government. And then I just focus on coaching ball.
Okay, give us a quick thought on the ongoing rape trial back in Nashville at Vanderbilt. If you do get called to testify, and I think it's scheduled for August 11th, though it could be delayed, it could interfere, obviously, with your job at Penn State. How concerned are you? How would you handle it? How would it affect your job at Penn State if you had to go back to testify?
Yeah, all these things were discussed in detail, obviously, through the whole process. Penn State couldn't have been more thorough and detailed with it. If that comes, we'll deal with it. I got a great staff, got a really, really good staff. I'm confident that, they'll be able to handle what they have to do. And we're just going to keep moving forward and staying positive and be open and honest and as transparent as we possibly can be and move forward.
And would it affect your work timing? Would you have to take a big chunk out of your coaching schedule to go back?
I'm not sure because I have no idea. I have no idea what the future holds and how it's going to play out.
Okay, so last quick question. James Franklin, what's his long-time goal in coaching? What do you want to accomplish ultimately as a college football coach or a pro football coach?
I have unbelievable high expectations, and that's for the whole deal. I mean, I want to have the #1 graduation rates in college football. I want to have the highest APR. I want to make a difference in kids' lives. That's why I got into this. Didn't want to be a coach coming out of college, to be honest with you. I just kind of fell in love with it while I was trying to get my grad school paid for. So we want to win at the highest level. When I say win at the highest level, that's in everything. That's in everything. That's on the football field in the Big Ten. That's nationally. But that more importantly, that's in making a difference in kids' lives.
And how much would you like to coach in pro football ultimately?
I coached in pro football. I had a great experience with the Green Bay Packers. I enjoyed it.
Head coach.
Yeah, there's no doubt. That's different. But again, this isn't why I got into the game.
Right.
A lot of people got into the game because they want to coach. I got into the game because I want to make a difference in kids' lives, and I love that aspect of it. Going into a home, recruiting a kid, and watching him develop. The challenging part is you're responsible for 17 to 22-year-old males, 125 of them, 24 hours a day. And that's part of the deal. I think it's maybe unfair sometimes, but that's part of the deal.